It is Wednesday. That means it is time for our Teacher of the Week. This week it is Sgt First Class retired George A. Davis IV at Gravely James Academy in Jacksonville. This is actually his first year teaching. He wanted to be a teacher because in high school he had an ROTC teacher that looked out for him and helped lead him on the right path. And he says he wants to do the same for these students. Now, Mr. Davis currently teaches JROTC and military history. He says it is important for teachers to just listen to their students and give them a chance to talk about what's going on in their lives.
Just like anybody else, everybody has a bad day. And if you just give them a chance to just listen to them, it makes a big difference in their life. And if you just try to understand that they're going to make mistakes and deal with those mistakes, don't be too hard on them every single time they do. You know they can do certain things at a certain level, just keep them to that level.
He says the best part of teaching is seeing kids get excited to learn about what he's teaching them, even doing some of their own research after class to learn a little bit more. Biggest lesson he says he's learned in his first year is that there's a big difference between teaching soldiers and teaching students. But he says he enjoys it. So a very big congratulations to Sgt First Class retired George A. Davis IV at Gravely James Academy in Jacksonville for being our Teacher of the Week.